it's just barely over. Damn, dude, this was fucking hard. I was having a hard time for a bit keeping up with Kev's video pace, which was like 48 below his PB. And I still never saw a first act like Kev's video. This was my highest that I've got. I might have tied this at one or two other times, but yeah, I never even got, I think, upper bound. Yeah, the most I ever got was one tick below upper bound. But, you know, I honestly wasn't fishing super hard for that first act because, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter all that much when you're comparing it to ticks on the second act and fourth act. Like, don't get me wrong, you can definitely get a big tick swing there, upwards of like 20, and that, you know, that can make the difference, especially when you're looking at this score and how much it's first by. But in my opinion, it's just not worth beating your head against that for a couple extra ticks when the second and fourth are mainly what decide the run. Or third, but we'll get to that. So yeah, that second act is very hard to get ticks off of, especially substantial ticks. Again, I think this was my best pace past the second act, so really fortunate, really everything just came together. So that third act upper bound, I threw a decent amount of attempts at it, though to be honest, they were much earlier on, like pretty much when I just started the song. So I didn't have nearly as good of a grasp on the whammy timings, so I just didn't have any luck with that. I reviewed a couple runs that I felt like my whammy was just about ideal with a good front end and solid back end, and I was still a couple frames away from it. I TAS'd it out and found that it was a 4-frame window, which, given there's 3 whammies, is the same frame data as the You Really Got Me last act upper bound, which just about drove me fucking insane to hit that one time. Technically, that act was a 5-frame window, but it included a buffered whammy input to get to 5 frames instead of 4. Whereas this one also, you don't have any hopo whammy, so technically the execution is a little better. But anyway, all that is to say that I just did not feel like it was particularly wise on my first run through this to fish for something that hard. If I ever come back to this, I will probably shoot for it. The other big reason I didn't bother with it is because it's kind of a situation like the Xbox version of Stop, where even if you get this crazy upper bound squeeze, you still have a triple chord tick act afterward, and the nerves, I mean, first of all, the nerves of just hitting the solo with even modest whammy would be insane, but trying to actually have a good act, especially this solo act, which is really hard to optimize just because you're pushing that red so far, especially with extended hit window, into that descending quad. All that is to say that trying to get any semblance of decent ticks off of that fourth act would be a pipe dream, really. And at that point, like, again, it's a triple chord with a lot of whammy on it. You would be sacrificing so many ticks that I am almost positive I would not break 321.6. So it just didn't seem worth it, as again, especially on my first go of this, when I'm still inexperienced with everything. awful. Okay, 0.5 on the dot. I can't complain about that. I came back to this initially because I wanted to give the third act a bit more effort. I really didn't do any third act testing here because I kept getting like pretty good tick runs going into it that I wanted to shoot for this. Again, this solo act was bad. I thought that I really had no chance of either not red flaming it or not missing on the following descending quad because that sequence is pretty awkward, and that's literally the first time I played the solo in like over a month since I did this the first time, so I had no delusion of this run really amounting to anything. But yeah, I think I was tied with that 484 run after the solo act, so my last act must have just been really good. So yeah, now I'll definitely try to do some attempts on the third act just to get a better feel for its possibility. But if not, this is satisfactory with me. Are you serious? This is my first run. And these ticks are so bad that, like, this is only going to be a big improvement, if at all. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be 600. But I wasn't going to risk it. See, that's why I didn't go for this out of the gate, because, like, what's the point, man? It's just like, what are you gonna do? Like, I mean, play better, but yeah, I mean, I think the point is pretty obvious. The fact that at least it was first, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go crazy with this song. That's the first time I've hit that squeeze. Maybe I'm overestimating, but I don't think so. I think it's really, really fucking hard. God, that is so sad. But it's a comedic tragedy, really. I'm honestly really surprised that I even hit the solo. Just so fucking stupid. But there it is. There's the upper bound squeeze. Fuck's sake. So we gotta go for a good run now.
Raise a toast to all of us who are breaking our backs every day. If wanting a good life is such a crime, Lord, then put me away. It's too
Not very good, bro. So at least 600. Oh, 644, not bad. I will take that. Man, right after I got done with that whole spiel about this wasn't worth going for, I'm satisfied with this. I'm not gonna push my luck. Again, I spent a pretty long time fishing for the upper bound the first time, and to get a pretty decent run like this, considering how kind of awful the solo act is and how chokeable the solo can be, yeah, really not many complaints here. Again, obviously 0.7 is possible, but again, I feel like I got very lucky getting a run this good.